Okay, so am I connected with my spirit guides this evening? Yes. Okay, wonderful. So tonight, spirit guides, I wonder if we could chat a little bit about channeling because a lot of people are beginning to channel, including myself. And I wanted to find out a little bit about how it works exactly. I know you've told me I'm an open channel, so many beings from the divine realms can channel through me. But I wonder if we could just talk a little bit about maybe what's required to channel, if it's something we should be afraid of. So maybe that's the first question I'll ask is, I guess, what would be required of a human being to have the ability to channel? A H U M A N human. B E I N G being. C A N can. C H A N N E L channel. W H E and when. T H E Y they. R E L E A S E release. A L L all. B L O C K S, when they release all blocks. Okay, so can you be more specific if you don't mind? Like what exactly is being released? E N E R E G E T I C energetic. B L O C K S energetic blocks. Okay. And is that kind of related to conditioned belief systems and maybe fear of the unknown and being more open to receiving information, meaning that's a huge yes. So in other words, being willing to take in new information that's maybe not through the filter of the conditioned belief system. That is a huge yes. Okay, so as human beings as they increase in vibration and let go of all these fears and conditioned beliefs, they too can channel. Okay, how interesting. Okay, and can they channel any divine beings? Okay, so if they wish to speak with the archangels, the angelics, or maybe Jesus to channel, or any maybe collectives, like I've channeled the Raw Collective, and any divine beings they wish to channel, they can do so. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, is this anything that we should be afraid of? No. Okay. Is this a natural progression of an ascension process for humanity? So I believe we've talked at other times, and other channelers have too, about psychic gifts coming on board, telepathy, which we communicate often through telepathy, and channeling. I believe some can give out light language. Now, I cannot. I haven't wanted to do that necessarily. I haven't explored that yet. Maybe that's something I could do at some point. I know some other things that people are experiencing are things like astral projection, like out of body experiences. Now, I, for one, have not yet. And we have talked about this, that where I'm at right now in my spiritual journey, I'm making the choice to remain clairaudient at this time, rather than opening up my third eye to more visual imagery and connections, along with astral projection, just because in my spiritual journey right now, just based on some things going on in my 3D world, I don't feel like I'm at a point right now that that is a good idea for me. So that's just a kind of a personal journey. But is there anything about any of those subjects that I just mentioned that should cause any alarm or fear? Is there anything you want to just speak about on this particular topic? Yes. Okay, wonderful. Y, O, U, S, H, O, U, L, D should, N, O, T not, B, E, B, A, F, R, A, I, D. You should not be afraid. Okay, because this is part of the natural process of our ascension. Would that be accurate? Or some of the things that we will experience to maybe give us signs that we are on the path and moving up in vibration? Okay, that's amazing. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we should talk about on this particular topic. Is there anything else you'd like to add at this time? Yes, okay. M, E, D, I, T, A, T, I, O, and meditation, I, S is, K, E, Y. Key. Meditation is key. And can you tell us a little bit why that's the case? Why is meditation so important in connecting with the spirit world or divine realms? B, E, C, A, U, S, E, because D, I, V, I, N, E, divine, G, U, I, D, A, N, C, E, guidance, C, O, M, E, S, comes, T, H, R, O, U, G, H, through, M, E, D, I, T, A, T, I, O, N. Through meditation. Divine guidance comes through meditation. Okay, and so many have talked about how quieting the mind is essential for listening and engaging with the divine realms, because with our minds always functioning and chattering in the background, how can we possibly hear any divine messages being given to us? So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, all right, thank you. And then just a final question. I'm a little bit curious how you can, through energy, channel through us. Does it actually take some of the, I don't know, divine energy, source energy from the body in order to present a message or channel through the human? So I'm just curious if you could give us any indication about how that happens specifically. Yes, okay, wonderful. W, E, we, C, H, A, N, N, E, L, channel, T, H, R, O, U, G, H, through, Y, O, U, R, your, E, N, E, R, G, Y, energy, B, O, D, Why? Body. We channel through your energy body. Okay, and we've talked about the bodies before and that we all have an energy body. Okay, and could that create some fatigue in the subject or the channeler? Because I know at times I felt pretty tired after we communicate, which is fine. It doesn't, I mean, it's definitely worth it to connect with the divine realms, but I was curious exactly how that works. So, but again, nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be concerned with. And if someone does begin channeling, I guess just another quick question. In our modern day, so many are not awakened to divinity and spirituality and that we are source energy. And it could be very misunderstood in our current climate, although that's changing, but slowly. Do you have any tips for maybe those who begin to have these experiences? And what would be, I mean, if they should keep them to themselves, if they should only share with trusted members of their, closest circles, or just any advice you can give for people starting to experience some of this phenomena? Yes, okay. CHOOSE, choose. YOU are your. CONFIDANTE as confidants. CAREFULLY. Carefully. Choose your confidants carefully. And that makes a lot of sense because not everyone will understand or are ready to hear this information. So really use your own intuition and guidance, and really, tell people only that you feel like can maybe be open and receptive and loving to understanding what you're going through. Would that be a good way to describe that? Okay, wonderful. Okay, thank you, Spirit Guides. This has been an amazing session. So is there anything else you'd like to add at this time? Yes. WELOVE, love. YOU, we love you. Okay, thank you so much. I'm sending you much love and gratitude. Good night.